Hello everyone, I am Dheeraj Tatar, a system professor in the Chemical Engineering Department of LJIT Ahmedabad. In this lecture, I am going to start new topic of the CAPS. CAPS stands for Computer Aided Process Synthesis. So let's start. So chapter name is Synthesis of Heat Exchanger Networks and topic is Introduction of the Heat Exchangers. So you can see on the screen heat exchanger. So what is the meaning of heat exchanger? Heat exchanger, it is nothing but one type of a device which is being used to exchange heat between the various materials. For example, if you want to remove heat from the hot fluid to the cold fluid, then I can use shell and tube heat exchanger. Means any device which is used to exchange heat between the various fluids, various materials, that device is nothing but heat exchanger. For example, evaporator is there, reboiler is there, condenser is there. And in industry, I will give you now one application that is distillation. In petroleum industry, distillation is used. And in distillation, there are two different heat exchangers are being used in one column. That is the condenser and reboiler. So what is the meaning of condenser? So you know that there is the liquid-liquid separation by using distillation, by using thermal energy. So there is the first exchanger is the reboiler, which is used to provide heat, okay, and after generation of the vapors, that vapors are being transferred to the upper section, and from the upper section that is transferred to the condenser. And in condenser we are removing heat from the vapor phase, okay, means we are removing heat, means that is nothing but condensing. Means I told you heat exchanger means we are exchanging heat, we are removing heat, okay. So condenser is nothing but one type of heat exchanger where we are removing heat from the vapor phase gaseous stream, okay. And liquid means if you want to exchanging heat, means if you want to providing heat, that is also one type of exchanging heat. That for that purpose we are using reboiler, means to provide heat we are using reboiler, and to removing heat, to withdrawing heat, we can use condenser. So these are the two best example for the condenser and reboilers. Now you can see here next point, that is when a fluid is used to transfer heat, the fluid could be liquid such as water or oil, or could be moving air. Means if you want to remove heat, okay, so that we can use, for example, I am taking here one best example, that is shell and tube heat exchanger. Means here if we are using hot fluid, okay, hot fluid means we want to remove heat from the hot fluid by using cold fluid. Means we are removing heat from the hot fluid by using another liquid, that is the cold fluid. Notice the meaning of fluid. Fluid is nothing but it is the one type of the flowing stream. Means whatever the stream which is having the flowing characteristics, that is nothing but fluid, okay. That may be vapor phase, means gaseous phase, or that may be liquid phase, means having flowing property, that is nothing but fluid. Now you can see here last point, that is the best example for the heat exchanger, that is the shell and tube heat exchanger. Means many industries, okay, in many industries shell and tube heat exchanger being used for the exchanging heat. So I will show you a figure for the shell and tube heat exchanger in coming slide. Before that I will quickly revise and quickly explain you related to the types of the heat exchangers. We know that there are various types of the heat exchanger. For example, plate type heat exchanger, double pipe heat exchanger, fin type of heat exchanger. But in this lecture I will explain you related to the heat exchanger that is based on the flow patterns. For example, there are three flow patterns. First one is the co-current, second one is the counter current, and third one is the cross current. You can see that co-current means nothing but parallel flow heat exchanger, counter current means nothing but counter flow heat exchanger, and last one cross flow heat exchanger. And there is another example, that is the hybrid heat exchanger. What is the meaning of hybrid heat exchanger? Means it is the combination of co-current and counter current, or it is the combination of both, that is the counter current and cross flow, or any of the two or all of the three flow patterns. So this is nothing but hybrid flow heat exchanger. So what is the meaning of parallel or co-current heat exchanger? Suppose there are two streams, one is the cold stream and another is the hot stream. Both streams are moving in the same direction, okay. If there is a shell and tube heat exchanger, okay, shell and tube heat exchanger, there is a tube available and shell side is available, and both fluid, means hot fluid and cold fluid, are moving in the same direction. Then I can say that flow is the co-current direction or parallel flow heat exchanger. But if the cold fluid and hot fluid are moving in the opposite direction, then I can say the flow is a counter current mode. Done. And if the cold fluid and hot fluid are moving to cross to each other, then I can say the flow is cross flow heat exchanger. If the system is such that there is the combination of the parallel flow and counter flow, or combination of the cross flow and counter, or cross and parallel, then I can say that is the hybrid type of heat exchanger. So this is all about flow patterns of the heat exchangers. In your exam, this is the very important point, means they can ask you for the 5 marks, explain the type of heat exchanger based on the flow patterns. So these are the important points you can see on the screen: parallel flow, counter flow and cross flow. Next slide, now you can see on the screen shell and tube heat exchanger. I will explain you in detail now shell and tube heat exchanger. So this is the first point. There is the one shell, okay. A shell and tube heat exchanger consist of the number of tubes, but those number of tubes are nothing but number of bundles, and those are the mounted in a one shell, okay. I will explain you related to all those means inner parts of the shell and tube heat exchanger in next slide. So next point related to the shell and tube heat exchanger, figure illustrates a typical unit of the shell and tube heat exchanger, and that is found in a petrochemical units as well. So this is the figure you can see here. This is the figure for shell and tube heat exchanger. I will explain you the important parameters, that is the front header, bundle, shell and rear header in the next slide. But this is the figure for the shell and tube heat exchanger, means this you can see this is the outer part of the shell. This is the means whatever the outer line, all this is nothing but one type of shell, and in this shell there are number of tubes are available. You can see there are 4 tubes on the upper side, 1 2 3 4. These are the 4 tubes upper side of this rod. This is the tie rod, and this rod separates the tube bundles. This is the first tube bundle, this is the second tube bundle, okay. Means these two bundles are separated by the one rod. That rod is nothing but tie rod, and this part is nothing but your front header, and this part is the rear header. Means whatever the fluid is entering, that enters from this front header, this part, this is the front side of the heat exchanger. Be careful, this is the front side of the heat exchanger, this is the outer side, means last side of the heat exchanger. Means heat is leaving, means whatever the fluid is available, that is the leaving from this part. This is the last part of the heat exchanger. This is the leaving part of the heat exchanger. Done. And these are the tube bundles. You can see here there are dark lines available. These are the black lines. These are nothing but baffles, okay. These baffles are used to support these tube bundles, okay. Means there is a significance of tube bundle, means whatever the baffles are available, significance of those baffles are to as the supporting part, means whatever the tube bundles are available to support those tube bundles, we can use baffles. And second important significance is that to increase the turbulence, to increase the heat transfer rate, to increase the heat transfer coefficient, we can use these baffles. Done. Now I will explain some important points related to the shell and tube heat exchanger, then I will move to the next slide. So you can see I told you that a shell and tube heat exchanger is nothing but one type of shell is there. There are number of tubes are mounted in that shell, okay. After that I told you baffles are supporting those tube bundles. After that I told you this exchanger is being used in petrochemical units as well, and in petrochemical unit distillation also used. That is the best example, that is the fractional distillation, okay, where we are removing petrol, kerosene, diesel and all those fluids from the one distillation column. Done. And there we can use various heat exchanger in various distillation columns. In other concept as well, there is a condenser and reboiler is there, and those condenser and reboiler are nothing but those are the heat exchangers. Next point is two fluids can exchange heat. One fluid flow over the outside of the tube, and the second fluid flows through the tubes. Means whatever the fluid flows through the tubes, that fluid is nothing but cold fluids, and whatever the fluid flowing from the outside of the tubes, that is nothing but hot fluids. Then last point, the fluid can be single or two phases, or can flow in a parallel or cross flow arrangement. I already explained you related to the parallel flow arrangement, counter flow arrangement and cross current flow arrangement or hybrid arrangement. And I am repeating that parallel means both fluid moving in the one direction, counter means opposite direction, cross means those means streams, whatever the streams available, that cold and hot are crossing to each other, and hybrid means combination of any two. Then lastly, now I already shown you this figure. Now I will explain you the important parameters of this figure. You can see here. So the shell and tube heat exchanger consists of the four major parts. First one is the front header, second one is the rear header, third one is the tube bundle, and next one is the shell, and another part is there, that is the baffle, okay. So first one, front header. You can see front header is nothing but front part of the shell and tube heat exchanger. I already told you the entering part means whatever the steams are available, those are entering from the one side, that is nothing but front header, and this is the where the fluid enters the tube side of the heat exchanger. Means whatever the fluids are available in the heat exchanger, all those enters from the front header, and it is sometimes referred to as the stationary header. Means I can say stationary header is nothing but front header from where the entry means fluid stream, those are the cold stream and hot stream are entering from the front side of the shell and tube heat exchanger. After that, rear header. Rear header in simple language, fluids are leaving from this header. Means fluid, whatever the steams are available, those are leaving from this part. That is nothing but rear part or rear header. So this is where tube side fluid flows, okay, and leaves the heat exchanger, or where it is the return to the front header, means leaving from the rear header and again returning to the front header. Then where it is the return to the front header in the exchanger with the multiple tube side passes. I already told you what is the meaning of tube side passes. Means there are number of tube bundles are available, okay, and tube bundles are separated by the one tie rod, and if the fluid is moving in the multiple times in that tubes, okay, which are the in those tube bundles which are separated by the tie rod, if fluid moving in multiple times through those bundles, then I can say that is the multi-pass fluid or multi-pass tube side fluid or multi-pass shell side fluid. In last point you can say there is the tube bundle, means this comprises of the various tubes inside the shell, okay, means this comprises of the tubes and tube sheet, baffles and tie rod. I already told you what is the meaning of baffles. Baffle used to support the tube bundles and to increase the turbulence in the system. If we are increasing the turbulence, means we are ultimately increasing heat transfer coefficient. Next one is the tie rod. Tie rod is nothing but separating the tube bundles. And lastly there is the shell. Shell is nothing but outer part of the shell and tube heat exchanger in which various tubes are installed. You can see, I am again showing you that figure. This is the shell and tube heat exchanger. Outer part is nothing but shell side, and in this inner part all these are nothing but bundles, and all these are the tubes. And these two bundles are separated by these tie rods. This is the front header, fluid is entering from this side and leaving from this side, that is nothing but rear header. So this is all about shell and tube heat exchanger, okay. I already explained you all these parts, so we will continue with the next topic of the shell and tube heat exchanger in the next unit. Till that, thank you very much.